You're listening to the Mopcast Network.
Welcome to the Cult Movie Cantina. Woo! This is your pop culture spirit guide, Native American pop culture spirit guide, Scotty. And he's joined by, as always,
your lady of libation,
Okay, all right, look.
Stephanie.
Hold on. No.
and Justina, your jellical jester.
She knows no movies.
Admiral,
At your service.
Look,
at ease.
I know I screw this up from time to time.
Scotty,
but at
where can
least
we be found?
I know how the order goes.
I think that was hilarious, though. We should keep that one in.
I'm not cutting it. It's in.
Since he doesn't know where we're found anymore, we're also joined by
Oh, no. Yeah, you forgot Caleb.
Caleb.
Hi, everybody.
Number 2.
Who does number two work for?
You guys.
Yes, he does.
Where are we found?
Well, any podcast. Anything.
Any
App-
podcast?
No, let me do it.
podcast.
Yeah,
You
Anything.
we're on
can find
every
us.
podcast.
I want to see if she knows.
Okay.
Facebook. Just search in Facebook, Mopcast Network, or Cult Movie Cantina. Also, YouTube. I feel like we're on there. Instagram. Do we have an Instagram? TikTok.
Do we have
'cause
a Reels?
apparently
Do
we're
we have-
doing TikTok now.
Do we have threads? Because
So-
that's the big thing now.
But where can they specifically find
But
the podcast?
specifically, you can find it on any fine podcast app.
Look at you
Yeah.
go. Woo!
There we go. Got there.
This
Eventually.
week's a cult meeting. If you follow along on that.
You made me nervous.
Welcome to the meeting.
We've been drinking bubbles.
That's true. That's what happens when we record the episodes out of order.
He's saying that, though. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
It was fun.
It's that musical theater and everybody here.
I don't even know where to begin.
At the beginning.
well,
Scotty.
what'd you
In
do
the
this
beginning.
week? What'd you do this week? Let's go from there.
Oh, we want to do that.
Is that what we're doing?
Actually, let's take it serious before we
Oh,
start
yeah,
and get
yeah,
silly.
yeah.
We'll get silly afterwards because I'll let you take over on this one. But we lost a friend of the podcast recently and former guest and friend of ours.
I wasn't here for the last couple of podcasts because, like we've said before, we record every couple of
See,
weeks.
I brought it down to a downer.
I know. I'm sorry. Want
This is why
one.
he's not in charge.
A very good friend of mine, and he's also been on our podcast, and I also used to work for him. Angelo Simifero passed away the day we were supposed to record.
Yeah, the day before we were supposed to record.
And I took it pretty hard. I was when he got diagnosed, he had cancer. He had colon cancer, and when he was diagnosed, I was going over and kind of helping him with stuff around the house while he was going through chemo. And then when he went on hospice, chemo did not go well. And when he went on hospice, I would go and sit with him. So it was really, really hard. Great guy. He loved sci-fi. He loved books. He was a bit of a smart ass.
Probably the smartest man I ever met.
He was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant. He had he only slept about 3 to 4 hours a night. And when he wasn't sleeping, he was reading and researching anything and everything. That's all he did. Is like he just loved knowledge about everything.
Well, he had so many books. So he had a podcast with his partner Ron called Two Guys and Some Change, and they recorded at his house.
Right.
And he had so many books that they just used that for a sound barrier on his. I went over and recorded a couple times with him.
Right. So what you don't know is you saw that room.
Right.
His back bedroom was the same.
Yeah.
It was completely packed. But he was a hoot. He would, because he knew that at the time I went to bed late. It was while I was working with him. He would get a wild hair, and he would shop late at night for weird stuff. We would watch the same movies and TV shows, and I remember specifically he went through a phase where The Magicians was like his favorite TV show, and
right.
we would watch it together and talk about it. And after the show ended, they were auctioning off props and costumes, and he had a thing for Alice on the show, the blonde, and he bought some of her costumes online. And he was like, "You won't believe what I bought." You know? It's like, what are you going to do with that, Angelo? I don't know, but I have it. So he was fun.
Yeah, Angelo was great.
He was a lot of fun.
I met him through Uncle Henry. I met Uncle Henry a couple of years back, and I had known him from the radio for years, and I met him. And then Uncle Henry would do a thing where he would review popular TV shows on the episode, but he would invite his friends over to watch it with him.
Right.
And I heard that for a couple of weeks, and I was like, why am I not getting invited? So I just invited myself over. And so Angela was there, and so Brent Amaker was there as well, and that's how I met both of them.
And then I got invited
and
over.
then I just started bringing her with me.
Right.
And I was just like, and then that's how we all kind of hung out. I will always remember those.
Yeah.
My favorite one is like, Angela's was always doing something.
Yes.
Always doing something. But by the time we got to Uncle Henry's house, he had a cocktail in his hand already made. And, he had been working hard on something with his rental houses or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, we're all good. And he had a few by the time, you know how it is. A Sunday you're working on your house, you're having a bunch of them. He was getting things done. And he just passed out on the Uncle Henry's chair and and we were like, should we poke him or not? Just let him go.
Just let him go.
It was like Game of Thrones and Walking Dead, and he's just out. It
Well,
was the funniest
that's the
thing.
thing, because he didn't sleep that much.
Right.
Like, so, I guess when he did allow himself to relax.
He just crashed.
Because at the time when I first met him, he did have, rental properties, and he was always working at stuff on the street. He Ron was the guy who would do a lot of the main collectible coins.
Right.
Where Angelo, which also did the collectibles, but his thing was, the bullion, gold and silver bullion, and what I call the nerd coins and stuff
I have
like
bought
that.
lots of nerd
But he
coins
was
from him.
always so busy at the shop. Also very serious at work. Like his persona at work was completely different than his persona away from work. He was very serious because he had to be. I mean, it's a it's a tough job.
Right.
Doing what he did. But he was fun, and it's usually he would be a few cocktails in when he was shopping for weird stuff on the internet.
Aren't we all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's someone I know we're definitely going to miss.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
a good guy.
So
Definitely
anyway,
a good guy. And this is a good tie into what we do in November too. Is like, guys, just get checked. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. It's always good to get
Please.
checked.
Yeah,
And so sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And so it doesn't hurt to get things looked at.
Yeah. Anyway,
I got two things I can go. I have a Taylor Swift thing, or we can talk about what we did this weekend.
I feel like both will be equally entertaining. I don't know. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, but I
I
feel
am
like
a Swiftie.
this will be funny.
I'm a Swiftie, but I'm not this. I've been a Swiftie for years. I love.
I just love hearing you say that.
Yeah.
Man, Tay-Tay's my girl.
I hear things from people,
Right, and
like
she's good.
I hear that she re-released a new album, and people are salty because she's changed the lyrics.
Well,
on a bunch of songs. But I don't know the original lyrics.
I guess that's the direction we're going. Is Taylor
No,
Swift?
Well, no, not that. But I'll tell you why it was. So the way it works is that when you get signed by a record deal, they own your stuff.
Yep.
They own your masters. They own your stuff. And then after 7 years, in some contracts, more modern contracts, you
get your stuff
You
back.
get your stuff back. They keep their old but
That's why the Red Taylor's version.
And
came out.
so Taylor's been re-recording her stuff so she can also make money.
Right.
And so there's been a whole thing there. But she's now on this Eras tour, and it's this tour is super crazy. There was controversy because there was a Ticketmaster thing.
Yep.
There's the Tay-Tay fans couldn't get her tickets. TikToks are full of just crying women, just I can't get the tickets. I'm in the waiting line. This whole thing.
Shannon bought 6 of those bad boys.
Go girl. So,
Like I bought a house instead.
Right?
Like
her concerts make so much money, they will change the yearly economy of the cities she visits. Like it will boost the economy for the entire year for the city she visits.
Yeah,
That's how big this show. Beyonce will too when Beyonce does her.
Yeah, it's
Beyonce's in
insane.
Europe. Beyonce's in Europe right now on her tour. But those two tours will which is good because post pandemic people are trying to get back, get things going back together. And so hotels, restaurants, the bars, the whole bit are just. And it's not just the Tay-Tay fans who are who are going to go see her. It's those who can't make it or just want to be near her. And so it's like people go to the Super Bowl who can't get in the Super Bowl, so they just go hang out. And so you've got that whole market of people coming in there.
Right.
So I love music. And I love concerts. And
Right.
you love concerts.
I love
too. You go to
concerts.
concerts. And I've been to a lot of concerts. I've been to a Farm Aid. I've been to a lot of stuff. I love Pearl Jam.
I would have gone to Tay-Tay if somebody had bought me a ticket, but I ain't paying for it.
Right.
I ain't paying for
I ain't
it.
either. In fact, I know this is a fact for Beyonce, but I'm not sure about Taylor because I don't think her tickets are on sale for Europe. But for Beyonce, it is actually cheaper to buy a ticket to Sweden, stay in Sweden, see her in a VIP experience than buying her VIP experience just in America. So you
could go to Sweden.
you go
and
you
experience
so a
Sweden
lot of,
and do the same
a
thing.
lot of members of the Beehive have been buying VIP experiences.
I'm sorry.
The Beehive?
The Beehive?
What the hell is Beehive?
Beyonce's fans are known as the Beehive.
Yep.
From when?
Since the beginning.
Yeah.
Are you
Well,
for real right
Yeah.
now?
I've
Yeah.
never heard of
How
that.
do you know this and I don't?
Pop Culture Spirit Guide.
Yeah.
I don't know if I even know any Beyonce. I know Destiny's Child songs, but I don't
Single
know.
Ladies?
Yeah, isn't that Destiny's
No.
Child?
No,
that
no,
was
that's
Beyonce.
just Baby.
That's Beyonce.
Oh,
I
didn't
knew
know that.
Baby.
Do you know how I know that song from Glee?
Yeah, sure.
That's it.
Sure.
I don't know it from because I don't listen
There's
to that kind of
probably
music.
there are probably a bunch of Beyonce songs that you've heard that you don't realize
Right.
are
Yeah.
Beyonce's.
I like
Probably.
Lemonade. I like the whole
But-
Lemonade album.
I mean, yeah,
I
Lemonade
didn't know
is-
they were
Lemonade's my
called
jam. I listen to Lemonade often.
Beehives.
I don't know if I want to be
Are
a
they
beehive.
bees?
They are
Is it
the-
because she's the queen and they're all worker
There-
bees?
she's
there
the-
you go.
So
she's
we
Queen
do all
Bee.
the work and she just sits there because she looks pretty and she's just large and in charge.
I mean, that's at least how.
That's how we all
That's
serve
how the
Beyonce.
members of Destiny's Child probably feel.
So
Girl.
like Taylor Swift, are they really called Swifties?
Yeah, Swifties.
yeah,
Yeah.
Swift.
Swifties.
I knew Swifties.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that
Swifties.
one.
Kind of going.
I haven't got to my point yet.
I'm
but
sorry.
Okay, go
Oh, yeah,
ahead.
go
I'm
with
sorry.
your point.
Carry on.
I love Pearl Jam.
Yes, you do.
We know.
I'm a huge Pearl Jam fan.
You are.
I know you are.
Thank you, Eddie Vedder.
Spokane. That's where I'm born.
So, Pearl Jam typically does 2.5 hour, 3 hour concerts in most venues, depending on regulations if they don't
Right.
have to leave early. And I've seen them twice where they've done over 3 hours. There's a Reddit thread for Swifties fans about which song do you leave to go to the bathroom. Because the Eras tour, because it's just like what are your like? There's a Reddit thread
What
about
song are you least interested in?
Right,
and
right,
give you a
right.
chance to go.
See, I feel they're looking at it the wrong way if they just wore Depends into the.
oh hold on
There's a,
hold on this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
where I'm
yeah.
going.
Okay.
However, the problem with skipping your favorite or your not least favorite Taylor Swift song is that Taylor every city she does something special. She announces an album. She announces a new single. She brings out a special guest. So you don't know what's going to happen at the show. So Swiftie fans have been going to wear adult diapers to the show.
so there you go.
I mean,
How long is the show?
3 hours.
They
Yeah.
can't make it 3
They
hours.
cannot make it
I
3
mean,
hours.
They're young adults.
I
I
could
mean,
make
they
it
are
3 hours
young
easily.
adults.
I would.
I could make it 3 hours drinking. What are y'all
That's
doing?
what I'm saying. I
I will
could
admit,
easily make it 3 hours.
So I'm actually getting to a point where I'm struggling with 3 hours now.
Well,
now
buddy,
too.
you've gotten close to the
you need
higher
to check your
ages
prostate,
there,
sir.
buddy.
I'm not there yet.
I'm just saying.
We're getting you're no longer the
like,
wee one.
Like similarly,
intended.
similarly, last year I was experimenting with an app called Run P, which is for movies. So you know when during a movie you should go.
You can't sit
How
through a whole
often
movie.
do you pee?
Jesus Christ!
Like,
How about just not getting the Coke?
just don't get the
well, then
Coke.
that just ruins the experience.
Yeah, you got to have your popcorn and Coke.
How about just getting a small Coke and sip on it?
Nah. I got my AMC. You know,
I'm just saying,
He's got
man.
his ABCD
Caleb's
thing.
now feeling attacked.
I gotta
We're
have.
attacking you a bit, buddy.
I have
We're
my
attacking you
A list.
bit.
I got my A list. I got to make the most out of it.
Okay.
So he's got his show diaper
But
when he's at the
seriously.
movies.
Like, what you do is you hold it and then you rush to the bathroom afterwards.
But there are TikToks now of like Swiftie fans are like recommending their Swiftie diapers and
Oh my
Their
God,
favorite
please tell
brand
me-
of
please
Swiftie.
right,
tell me
which
that
are
is not
the most
real.
effective Swiftie diaper.
They're young adults. Oh my
I
God!
don't know if I could actively pee in some diapers as an adult now. I mean, so this brings me to another point about my Mardi Gras group. You know, on the floats when we ride, we have a makeshift toilet on the floats. Fun fact, and it is a 5-gallon bucket with kitty litter. and it's we do a pool noodle for the seat, and we put kitty litter in there. So if you have an emergency, you can potty on.
Well, that's smart though.
It is smart. So what it was kind of like a camp toilet or
Right.
whatever. However,
This is another reason why I don't camp.
However, there are women that instead of doing that will wear Depends or whatever on the float for the ride, so they don't have to use the kitty thing. And I'm like, that ride's only what, an hour and a half? I don't know. It's not. It doesn't seem
not
like
long.
that.
I
It's
would.
not long.
I would use a diaper before the kitty.
Scotty, you're a dude. It's even easier for you.
Dude, the world is my toilet.
I have used the kitty litter potty before, but like I don't. It's like I get it. We're drinking on the float, so, but it's not that long. People, hold it.
Listen.
So what we're learning about the
Jesus.
millennials and Gen Z, are that they have weak bladders.
That's
The evolution.
serious.
Of
or they're super hydrated. I'm just gonna go with they're super
Super
hydrated.
hydrated.
I
Like
am
they're
super
overhydrated.
hydrated. I drink a lot of
No,
water.
sir,
and
do
I-
better.
No, this is us because we're the Gen. That's what I'm saying. As Gen Xers, we were forced to hold it because we would go on vacation in a car across country, and we ain't pulling over.
That was my dad. He was like, "We're not stopping. If you have to pee, you pee
Yeah.
now because we're not stopping again."
Exactly.
That's right.
We literally learned bladder control at an early age.
Which
I
is
just-
also what destroys your bladder.
That's
'cause
true.
My bladder is
Listen, buddy.
fine, thank you.
You
Even
sit over
after
there.
kids.
You're supposed to go when you're supposed to go.
But
I only
I
tinkle a little bit when I laugh really hard.
it's really hard for me to imagine a bunch of 25-year-olds being so desperate that they'll
Yeah.
pee on themselves.
I'm not at that
This
level.
is the level of influence somebody can
Yeah.
Well,
have
see,
because of sheer following.
But you have to understand that parenting, we were different parents than our parents. I remember being threatened with like, if you wet yourself, you're going to get a spanking. I'm sure as hell not going to wet myself. So I held it.
No, I'm just talking about in general, like for life right now,
But we didn't do that to our kids.
to be in a generation where people are like, it matters to them that much to not miss what might happen. The FOMO is
Yeah.
so real.
Oh, I know.
that
So-
people would rather piss and shit on themselves.
Exactly.
So-
Then
then go to the bathroom.
So fun
Isn't that
fact.
crazy?
it kind of makes me not like Taylor Swift, to be honest.
I already don't like her, but yeah.
Fun fact. This goes back farther than Tay-Tay.
Oh my!
What a lot of people don't know about the Ed Sullivan Show when the Beatles appeared, it was that there was so much urine they had to clean up after the audience left. They changed how they did stuff because all the girls was screaming and pissing themselves and all.
Kind of goes back to the guy that talks
Screaming
about
and
Elvis at the
pissing
comedy show.
themselves.
They were so excited to see those boys.
But it's kinda like
Screaming and pissing
what that
themselves.
comedian was talking about with Elvis.
Yeah,
Wasn't
right,
it?
right. Is that the leg shake there?
I was doing that. Hold on. I'm going to be sexy for you. Hold on.
Do it.
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready? I'm going to do the Elvis.
Woo!
Is that sexy?
Well, they can't see the leg, but yes.
We can see the
we
leg.
Can see, yeah, we can see some.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got the.
Are you asking for validation?
That's how Elvis got
I have
those
not
girls.
peed myself
I'm
yet,
just
but
saying. Wait.
I have.
there it is. There it is. There it
Yeah.
is. Hold on.
Now
Now we're done.
I'm glad I wore my Depends today.
But I mean, you mentioned the Beatles, but like, just imagine that with like, any K-pop band nowadays.
Oh,
That's the
imagine-
modern. That's the modern.
Oh, I don't.
God, don't even get me started
here's
on
the thing,
K-pop.
though.
Please.
What he just said is they had to clean up urine because they just pissed themselves. They didn't prepare for it.
Yeah.
They were in the moment.
Yeah.
These
just-
people are like, I'm not going to want to leave, so I'm just going to pee on myself. They were just so excited they peed themselves. I just can't. That bothers me so much.
When I met Jason Momoa and
Jesus.
touched his abs, I still did
Yeah.
not pee
But
myself.
like
If
I,
she
I'm
can
just
do
saying-
that,
Yeah.
if she can
if
do
I
that,
can hold my bladder while rubbing Jason Momoa's abs, then you can hold your bladder at a
but
Tay-Tay
like,
concert.
I imagine the same thing. I imagine like the Beatles'
The
reaction
TT
being
concert.
for like BTS. Like BTS would be the same sort of reaction modern day.
No, I.
What is BTS?
I
That's
don't know.
the
Behind
biggest,
the scenes.
That's one of the big K-pop.
Yeah,
band.
big K-pop bands.
There's nothing that makes me feel older on this planet than K-pop. I'm just saying.
I don't listen to them. I just know they exist.
I know.
Sure. I just heard about your bladder, buddy. I am disappointed.
How did you know the name of that band?
I am so
Ex-girlfriends.
disappointed.
Okay.
Like from now on, every person that posts about going to a concert, I want
my
to ask
youngest
what
daughter-
brand of diaper they wore.
My youngest daughter loves K-pop, and she will literally like leave after work and travel all the way to Orlando or travel all the way to Atlanta or wherever she can drive to just to see these people in concert. And I have no idea who they are. And she'll send me videos of songs that she thinks I'll like, and it's like remakes. And so I'm watching these, and my thing is are they just lip syncing and dancing? I mean, because that's what it looks like.
I mean, that's what.
It's
If you want to be honest, though, that's every concert, though.
Yeah.
Like for the most part, a lot of concerts, even back in the day.
But they look like, it doesn't look like a music concert. It looks more like a dance competition or a dance.
That's fair.
And it's so. I'm not saying they're not talented. They are, but
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's just not what you're into.
well, it's not. It's not a music concert.
Yeah.
It's like.
So my question is, now that this is a thing.
I'm sorry.
No. Tangents is what this show is about.
Yeah.
My next question is that, if this is a thing and it continues, because it will, because concerts are only going to get bigger and more expensive and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So
Especially with Ticketmaster in
well,
charge.
because look, I'm not there yet where I'm going to piss myself because I don't want to miss a song. But I understand. I spent like half my salary to get on this trip to do it, so I'm not going to miss a minute. I get that part of it.
Right.
But I wonder if will companies now start marketing?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Companies
Absolutely.
will market to anything they can.
You're
going to
be able to buy them at the concerts, probably.
Probably.
Like, think
They're gonna
about
have
that.
they're gonna have Swifty branded. Depends.
Swifty brand. Well, they would have to sell them at the concessions, I guess. Here's your Coke, and here's your whatever, and your diaper. Enjoy the
They
show.
won't call it that.
So they all have
It's going to be called a
Yeah.
TT.
I'm about to.
Tay Tay's
There
TT.
you go.
Tay-Tay's TT pants.
That's what it is. Tay Tay's
TT
TT pants.
So
Do we need to quickly
Quick.
No,
get the trademark for that?
Yes, get the
I'm
trademark.
gonna
Do
get that, Get that website registered. So I guess they'd all have her face on it, and after you went, they'd just vanish.
Yes, that's how you Yes.
so it's like, oh no, you have no titties. You need to change
it's
that.
It's going to be the opposite.
Yeah,
It's going to be
when
blank.
you see her
and then
face.
people are going to get so excited because when they use them, it will do something.
Oh yeah, like it'll have like one of her songs.
But
like,
you won't know until
You won't know
pee on
which
it.
song
You
is
will
gonna-
have to pee on it to see what
you
the
can have to
design
pee to
is.
see what lyrics.
No,
show up.
dude, designs
even
are the
better,
same.
Even better. You take a piss and it starts playing Trouble, and just you hear Trouble out of your pants.
I don't know that those will sell well. I don't think people want it to announce it. Like,
We don't want to.
No, but I think
because I'm just so
no.
excited for when I have to pee later, so I can see what happens to my diaper.
Right. What lyrics do I have on my hoo-ha?
I wonder which one she picked for me.
I mean, if they're on TikTok giving recommendations, of course they would be proud to find out which song they got. They wouldn't be you're like, what you doing? I'm playing Bad Blood right now.
Now, I will say the most wild take was out there on TikTok this past month, which was I don't know if you saw, because you're probably on more music TikTok side.
Sure.
Somebody was claiming that Taylor is as big as Michael Jackson, and that's a no from me, even in that generation.
I think she is.
No,
I
no,
hate to
no,
say that.
she's-
no,
for
'cause
her
Because
generation.
MJ is multi-generational. Taylor Swift is not multi-generational.
She might be though
She's
later.
like still at the
She
beginning.
may get there.
She
You
may
need to
get
on
there.
that.
I mean,
But currently, they were saying now.
All right.
They were saying now she is.
Well, at her level and at Michael Jackson's level, at his age, at the same time, I think she's pretty much up there.
I think she did more concerts in a year than he did. 'Cause
Yeah.
They did less concerts back then.
yeah.
I mean, I get the idea of the comparison. So
I get the
mean,
comparison too, but I just don't.
I mean, I prefer
don't
Michael
agree.
over
I don't agree
Taylor.
because I
I
think
do too.
MJ is multi-generational, and plus,
But give
we also to give credit to Taylor, Michael was starting as a kid.
Right,
Like, he
and-
started
and,
young.
and to be fair, if anybody's going
To be
to
fair,
To be fair.
to be fair.
if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Beyonce or Tay Tay, right?
Yeah.
yeah. To take that mantle.
I
Someone's
wonder
gonna
how
have it.
Bebe feels.
They just need to hit the multi-generational.
Do
and
they like each other? I wonder.
They
I
don't.
don't
No,
They can't, 'cause that's her
Specifically-
competition.
specifically because of the concerts going side by side.
Side by side says, yeah. It's. a
I don't
thing.
know if Tay Tay likes anybody. I get the feeling that she doesn't.
She seems like she's really nice, but I don't know if she'd be really nice.
My gay coworker is obsessed with her. In fact, he helped me out a couple of weeks ago, and so our friend Beck Schultz, who did art and stuff for
Right.
us before, did a bunch of Taylor Swift stickers, and I ordered them and gave them to him. So shout out to Logan.
Nice.
But he's convinced she's a lesbian. He's like, every time she has like a big announcement, he's like, okay, here's all the clues that she's going to come out today, and just like, here's the map I've made. He's probably got like a serial killer wall
Ooh.
to figure
How
out.
much plaid does she wear?
All the ex-boyfriends that prove that, like,
Is that the sign? Is like you start wearing plaid? It's like
No,
gay.
plaid. Wait, there's many signs.
Well, wait a minute now. I wear plaid all the time.
I know. I know you do.
What is
My
that?
point exactly.
I mean, I wore plaid in the '90s because that's what everyone did when
Yeah,
they were
that's
listening to grunge.
it doesn't
Yeah.
count when it's outside of its era.
I also have a collection of combat boots.
yeah.
Yeah. You also have a Jeep.
I also have a Jeep.
Let's go ahead and keep going. You want to keep going, or should
I
we
am
just cut it
surrounded
off
by
here?
lesbians. Not a bad place to be.
Hey, I am a proud bisexual.
There you
So
go.
there you
But
go.
that's an interesting thought. Doesn't matter.
No, but I think
It's
it's
still crazy.
I just
Yeah.
think it's.
But
Every
I would
time
like
there's
to
an
hear
announcement.
more about the Bebe Tay Tay.
Oh, it's even it's been increased by TikTok because TikTok is covering Taylor Swift stuff so much, and then whenever Beyonce stuff is
That's
shown,
because it's her age.
but
It's
then
her
when Beyonce stuff is shown, it's always like empty crowds and stuff. It's like, no, that's not how the Beyonce concerts are
No.
really.
Listen, speaking of rivals, I heard something about a cage match between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg.
Oh, because of Threads.
They opened another
It's a-
social
it's a-
media
They
platform.
agreed to
It's
do
called
it.
Threads.
So, Team Elon.
I think
I'm Team
I
Elon.
don't know. Zuckerberg is
I'm
scrawny.
Team Elon
I
because
think-
he's weird, and I think
I think Zuckerberg is scrawny enough that he's
We need
he's
to go ahead
fast.
and pick
He's
a
got
side.
dexterity.
So
I'm going to say Team Elon because I think he's really weird, and he's going to use that weirdness as a superpower.
my question is, which one's wearing the diaper when they fight?
It's Elon.
It's Elon.
It's Elon.
Totally, but it's
He
going
has
to be
Teslas.
like
It's Elon.
it's going to be this weird like space diaper.
He's
no,
gonna be like, my
so-
diaper's better than your
so
diaper.
what's-
Tay
no,
Tay
what's gonna-
doesn't
what's
show
gonna-
up on my diaper when I use it.
Here's what's going to happen. Elon's going to talk the big talk because he always does.
Well,
and
title
then
the-
at the last second, he'll be like, actually, never mind. Sorry, I'm busy. Because that's what he does.
We'll title this episode "Huggies." I just
Huggies don't have an adult diaper. Scotty.
Depends. It depends, Scott.
depends.
It depends. It depends.
You just spell it, though, like the...
yes, they were supposed to have a cage, but they both agreed to it.
Deep
And
ends.
then apparently, Elon's
That's where we've gone
mom
off.
said, "Hey, don't fight," and so they're not doing it now.
He's not fighting because of his mom
I
told him
told-
not
I
to.
told-
Hey,
I-
look.
Zuckerberg's
I
gonna
just-
win. Elon has
See,
a
I didn't-
mom
Zuckerberg the whole time.
problem.
I take it back, man. If he's worried about his mommy, tell him not to fight. Then no, he's
because
He's
look,
got parent issues. Come on. He's got them blood diamonds
So
and
look,
everything.
Elon's an alien clearly, and
Yes,
Zuckerberg's
clearly.
Zuckerberg's also an alien.
no, Zuckerberg's a robot, and so
We have
aliens versus robots.
And my buddy, like if it's in a battle between Data and Worf, I'm going Data, right?
Yeah.
Data can kick Worf's ass.
They don't feel pain. They just keep going.
Just
just keep going.
so kapla.
Zuckerberg's
is the
like a rock'em sock'em.
Funniest thing ever. Are we ever gonna get the
Bieber.
Bieber?
No, we're
tie?
never
No.
gonna get that, and that upsets me so
Are we
much.
gonna get
For a
Bieber?
very second
Are
episode.
we gonna get Bieber's new girlfriend versus Selena Gomez though?
Oh, my money's on
I don't
Selena
know.
Gomez.
Yeah,
I
Selena
have no
Gomez.
idea whose new girlfriend is.
Oh,
I
his
don't
new
know.
girlfriend is causing so much
Who
I
trouble.
thought he
is
was
she?
married.
Married, new wife.
Oh, they got
Who is
married.
she?
They've been married for a minute there.
Was she a believer?
Is she
She's
anybody?
No, she's related to the Kardashians, I believe.
Oh, good God.
I'm sorry.
I'm doing your
Bieber
job.
married a Kardashian.
She's like related. Like she's not a Kardashian
It's
in
so
name.
hard for me not to call them the Kardashians.
Hey, it's the
What is
Kardashians.
it?
The Kardashians.
The Kardashians.
Star Trek thing.
It's a Star Trek thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder which one came first.
She
the
is
Kardashians
not.
or the
Oh,
Kardashians?
she's not. Okay.
No, it's worse. She's the youngest daughter of Stephen Baldwin.
Oh, Jesus.
She's a
Baldwin.
She's a Baldwin.
So Stephen. She's,
Oh yeah, Haley Baldwin. Yeah.
Haley
Steven
Baldwin.
is the only good looking
But yeah,
Baldwin.
no,
I think.
Haley came out swinging for no reason at Selena. Like, there's no reason for this
What,
beef.
okay, when you say swinging,
She looks so high at her.
She
Wikipedia
just
picture.
Talking
like,
shit.
Like talking.
no,
yeah.
I know. I want to know what he's
I
saying.
can't remember
Like,
I can't remember the specifics of what started it, but she just immediately was talking shit, and like it's like No,
That means she's threatened.
And like the internet, and the internet is on Selena's side because one, Selena came from nothing. Like Selena, like TV is what made her.
Yeah.
And so like the fact that Selena came from nothing and is now like really popular. And whereas Haley comes from the Baldwin dynasty.
But what
like,
has she done with her own life?
She was a model.
Is she?
Yeah, that's
She
it.
looked pretty, I guess. I
Yeah.
only saw that on here. I don't know her.
Yeah,
And,
Nor do I
Whatever.
probably
and
think
very
she's
religious,
pretty.
apparently.
yeah.
She's super religious.
So like
Apparently, Bieber is too.
yeah,
Bieber found Jesus?
yeah.
Bieber found Jesus for a while.
He's been there for a while.
In fact, my favorite Bieber song, because I have one, is called "Holy," and it's basically your sex is so good it makes me feel God, and I'm like,
Because that's what Jesus
to be
wanted.
to be fair,
To
most
be fair.
to be fair,
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
most religious songs sound like they're about a girlfriend.
Right,
Like,
right.
If you
Well,
take
South
God
Park-
out of it, it
South
sounds
Park.
like
South Park did the famous
Yeah.
thing
Oh,
where
that was so funny.
They just made love
the
songs.
finger
They
finger
did the
bang.
Christian band. Finger bang.
Finger bang.
Let's talk about the weekend.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
gonna
hold
do
on,
this
hold on.
Bieber
He's
thing.
watching
Do
us
the
somewhere.
Bieber.
So Bieber did this song called "Holy" on SNL, and the set looked great, and it's him and Chance the Rapper. And I was like, I didn't like any Bieber, and then I was like, okay, there's a hook.
Yeah.
I'm desperately trying to talk myself into doing karaoke.
There,
Do
there's
it.
a song that him and Ed Sheeran do that I like.
Oh, yeah.
And I hate to admit it because
No.
I love Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, I
don't
like
Bieber.
Ed Sheeran.
I'm
yeah.
only a believer
So-
when it comes to fighting because I think he could take Tom Cruise. But
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No,
Tom Cruise will win.
whip
yeah,
his ass.
I'm
Tom Cruise
glad
will
now
win.
we're even. Cause
And
when
I don't
we're
even
I,
like Tom
I agree
Cruise.
because like Bieber's not
Tom
weak.
Cruise
He's
does
he's
his
buff.
No. He's a
Uh-uh.
little bitch baby. Tom Cruise
When
does
was,
his
the
own
last, when was
stunts.
the last time you saw Justin Bieber?
Tom Cruise has his all
So
of
he
his
has
little,
tattoos. Ooh.
all of his little the midichlorians. That's what Tom Cruise has.
Tom Cruise
From
can
all-
do anything and will
all the, like,
survive.
from all the aliens in the Church of Scientology.
Yeah.
Xenu
Yep.
and
He
his-
gets
Zeke-
the, yeah, he
his
gets the
statements.
Like
He's got all the
Bieber
best.
thinks he's
He-
religious. Tom Cruise will
Is
crush
this
his
going to be a
religion.
tag-in fight though? Will Tom Cruise get to bring in John Travolta? And
That would be fantastic.
And
I don't think he'll need to.
He
But
won't
that
need
would
to.
be
John
but
fantastic.
Travolta will come in with the crazy though. He's the he's the
He'll
wild
come in
card.
the crazy, but he's a big dude too.
look, so you can bring you can bring in is it Giovanni Ribisi and his sister?
Is
Oh,
that
I don't-
who else
yeah, I
is?
think so.
Yeah.
He's kind of squirrely though.
Yeah, he is squirrely.
He's very squirrely.
Well, that's what I was saying about Zuckerberg. He's
Oh,
a little bit
Nancy
squirrely.
Cartwright. I forgot Bart Simpson's a Scientologist too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
this weekend,
Let's do it.
Friday, Steph and I hung out and we saw Brad Williams,
I've got pictures.
who you met him too. You
I
could.
met him saying I got pictures.
Yeah.
It was awesome. You want me to talk about
Yeah,
it?
I was like,
I'm so
I
sorry.
wasn't there. I don't have that story. I brought Taylor Swift fans wear diapers.
I'm
You've got
sorry,
this
I
one.
got it. So we were. I met some friends of ours. The husband Charlie was having his birthday, so they asked us to meet him at Grace before the concert.
Quick sidebar. How is Grace? Because I've been wanting
Grace
to go
is
there.
amazing.
Okay.
We've gone several times. They're pricey, but amazing.
Okay.
So anyway, they have this fat washed old fashioned. So they take bourbon and wash it in duck fat.
What?
Yeah, it's amazing. And make an old fashioned out of it. It's called gluttony. It's on the sin list.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Okay. So anyway, we're sitting there eating, like minding our own business, and we're talking. This is going to be bad, guys. I'm sorry. We're talking about Charlie, who has a little person fetish.
Okay.
He wants one to keep. And we tried to explain to him that he can have one.
Slavery's wrong.
Right. Like he can have one. So his
He
wife,
could marry one.
before the concert, tried to contact Brad Williams. Like she messaged all the places she could find a message to invite him to dinner. And whatever, just see if we can get a VIP or something so Charlie can meet him. And, of course, never heard back or anything. So we're sitting there at Grace, and lo and behold, there's Brad Williams having dinner right at the table right next to us.
Wow.
So it was awesome. Very nice guy. We left him alone while he was eating as he was getting up. We asked if we can get a picture, and he let us take pictures, and it was hilarious. But what's so funny is in the show, he did one bit about towards the end, because they did a meet and greet at the Sanger too, and he said everybody's dilemma was whether or not to stand up or kneel down or whatever to take pictures with them. And he says, making jokes about it's funny to watch people's faces trying to figure out what they want to do when they take pictures with them. And it just dawned on me that, yeah, that's the truth. We were like, do we kneel? Do we stand? What do we do?
What did you do?
I did the like a cheerleading stance where you kind of do the half stand, like here. I'll show you the picture.
Do it. I thought you were going to stand up and do it.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, just stand up and do it.
I did the whole, the cheerleading thing, like that.
I was going to ask about Jamie, but Jamie's about your height, so he probably could have done the cheerleader too.
He did.
Okay.
I'm going to show you. So it was not quite a kneel, not quite a stand, because we didn't know what the hell to do.
Yeah. And for the audience, we'll probably just pop it up.
I she'll send me a picture.
It was so funny. Here we go.
And if you're listening at home, you're out of luck. Yeah, go watch it on the video.
Yeah.
Well, we'll totally post it.
We don't
Awesome.
do we not do show notes on the?
No, the website got hacked. ScottyWhite.com
cool.
got hacked a while back. I saw it
So.
a while back, and as soon as I get done playing Craft Show off for this thing I'm doing with them, I'm going to get Craft Show to work on my website next.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was so fun.
So shout out to Craft Show.
Yeah.
Craft Show.
Thank you, Craft Show.
I got to pay him off first before Drew takes my legs.
God.
Going for the legs first.
Yeah, he wants me around at least for the upper body so I can play games with him.
Are you looking at the menu?
I was looking at the menu.
You got to go to the cocktail menu.
I was like, I don't drink, so I was at the.
They have non-alcoholic cocktails.
Yeah, no, that's what I was looking at. I was looking at the mocktail.
That's
menu.
good. So go to the centers and read that one tour. So it's the gluttony, deadly sins is under that.
Fat wash bourbon, chocolate bitters, brown sugar.
So yeah,
What?
yeah,
We
and
should
it's
go-
duck fat.
We should go one night.
It's duck fat. It is so good.
We should go.
They have a list. So one side is the deadly sins, and the other one is based on like saints
I
and
saw
spiritual
holy
stuff.
sins.
Yeah,
Or holy.
you
drinks.
got religious drinks and all the sins, and I always drink off the sin list.
Of course you do. Proud of you.
So we went to see Brad Williams. He was very hilarious. It's of course you're not familiar with him. He's a little person comedian. He's done 3 specials. Feel free to YouTube him. He's hilarious. He kicked off his tour here in Mobile.
Yep.
And didn't know if he could sell out theaters. Sold out with us. And I didn't get to meet him because there was
Oh my God, the line to meet
he was
him
going to meet
afterwards.
everybody. He was like, I'm going to be out here taking pictures, and that's what he did. Which is not everyone does it. And I think that's. I just didn't want to wait in line. But if I could have talked to him, I'd be like, look, tell your friends that Mobile's a comedy town. Come see us.
Yeah.
Okay, Scotty.
But
If
he
you would have
was,
saw him, would you have kneeled or stood up for?
I would have
picture?
kneeled.
Okay, carry on. Just
so
curious.
I met I
don't know if
saw
I
him
could got
post
up. I was
something
gonna-
about thanking Mobile, and I messaged like on his Facebook, and I messaged him and said great show, or I did a comment, great show, it was nice meeting you, like, and I
Yeah.
added the picture, and he responded. So I feel like if you wanted to say, hey, tell your friend, love seeing you, he would respond. He'd
I'm
see
sure.
it.
Absolutely, I think he would.
So he's
Maybe-
super nice,
I mean,
and his
yeah.
opening act I really
was really
enjoyed.
really funny. Who I don't remember his name, but he's
It
great.
was
John-
JD Duke.
Yeah, but he was really really funny. He's one of not Chappelle, the other one.
Chappelle show.
Kevin Hart's guys. He's one of Kevin Hart's guys.
Oh, I
He's
like Kevin
so
Hart.
funny.
He was really-
so funny.
The Elvis bit she was doing is from that.
Yeah, it was great. I'm trying to find.
So afterwards, instead of doing the meet and greet, Stephanie, Jamie, and I go across the street to Alchemy to do karaoke because I've not done karaoke since January, since Poindexter's closed.
Right.
And so, and you know me, I love some karaoke. So Stephanie and I are sitting down. Jamie's getting our drinks because he's a good husband.
No,
he's a good husband.
And then we're joined by
Oh my God, this girl!
this hot mess of a lady.
I forgot her. She's
And
hilarious.
It's like 10 o'clock, and she is like 5 sheets in the wind already.
She just sits down at her table
And she goes, I'm so tired. Do you mind if I sit here for a second?
as she's sitting.
And she sits. I'm sure, no problem. And she looks and goes, she looks at me, she puts her hand on me and goes, you look like Jelly Roll.
Literally is what she said.
Wow.
I don't know who Jelly Roll
Stephanie
is.
goes, who's Jelly Roll? And I looked over and said, a musician. because he's a singer. He's he's a guy. He was in prison for a while, then he got out of prison and he cleaned his life up to be this. He's a multi.
Right.
Yeah, no, I know who Jelly Roll
He
is.
does he does a little rock, a little country, a little rap, a little bit of everything. And so he's a hot thing right now. And I said, a musician, and she slaps me hard on my arm and goes, "He's not a magician."
No shit.
And I went, "Yes, he is, man." He pulls rabbits out of the. Steph is trying to keep a straight face, and I'm just locked in this like, don't tell me, drunk woman.
Now, you also missed the whole
It's
part
like,
where
you should have just gone,
Wait a
I
minute.
am Jelly Roll.
you also skipped the whole part where she was talking about how we're such a cute couple.
Oh yeah, we were. And she's like, "How long have you been married?" I said, "We met in Nam."
We did. We said we met Nam and
Jesus.
And then I went to go sign us up, and when I come back, she was gone and Jamie was there. It was but it was like in the same seat, so she had like transformed into Jamie. That was weird. So we had a good time karaoke. We all sang. It was real fun.
Yeah, it was
We
fun.
part ways for the night. I go back to where I parked my car, and when I get to my car, there is a envelope with a parking ticket inside.
You got a parking ticket?
I got a parking ticket.
Where were you parked?
I was parked in the lot behind Crescent in front of the blind mule, right by the blind mule. That lot.
I'm
No,
trying
not
to-
the Crescent. No, the one across from the blind mule, not the one behind Crescent. The one
Okay, yeah, that's a pay. You have to pay.
you
to
pay,
park
you
there.
pay to park there, and I did.
Oh, you did?
I did. I got in line to pay, and when I saw that the line was long, they had an app. So while I was in line, I downloaded the app and paid via the app.
Uh-huh.
They still gave me a ticket.
Are you contesting it?
I am. I sent an email because there's no way to contact them otherwise. Email or fax,
Wow.
which is shady.
Yeah,
That
no,
is
yeah.
shady.
So I sent a copy of the
Facts in the year of our Lord 2023.
Right. I sent them a copy of my ticket and then a copy of the my email receipt of that I've paid, because the fine is $30. The ticket the parking space was like $10, $12 or whatever. I'm like, I'm not paying you $30 and $10.
And,
No,
yeah. like $50
no,
for park.
yeah.
I have a feeling I'm not going to win this.
Oh, you might.
I have a feeling.
I would. Just don't pay the damn thing.
Right, but it goes on my driving record if it doesn't.
No, you
No,
have
it
to get like
doesn't.
7 of them.
Oh,
Yeah, it won't go on your driving record.
Yeah.
I've had multiple parking tickets that nobody ever gives a shit about.
So.
Seriously.
So I'm going to
Don't.
hopefully by next podcast I will be able to have a story of me fighting with.
Yeah, 100% don't pay it.
Scotty versus the government. Here we go.
Scotty versus
It's a
Mobile.
private company, but it's a private company that I guess works with the government. Cause
Hey, Scotty, just tell them it's your land.
fun fact. So. No. Just wait. So the tribal lawyer now works for my company, and she's had a compliance, but
Right.
she's a Harvard trained lawyer. She was a tribal lawyer for years. Now she's working for us.
Right.
She's the first place I'm going.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, hey, this happened and this happened. What happens if they never like their game could be they could never just respond to me and go,
Right.
we never got anything.
Yeah.
Right.
And so
That's why you save those emails and save the receipts.
because there's not a court date. It's not
yeah.
like there's a.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to go on my credit or whatever because
It
Save,
won't.
save your emails, save the receipts.
yeah. I don't.
So is
worked hard to build my
with
credit.
the city or just the private?
It's the private one, but it was a fine. So the
They're
fine,
not going to do nothing.
So
Yeah, what?
They're not going to do shit.
yeah, but I'm gonna fight this. I'm
And
gonna fight this.
Fight
You
it.
should.
And then if it does go to the city, what are they going to do? You show up to court and nobody shows up on their side and you win.
And you have all your documentation.
All my
and-
documentation.
Yeah.
I know.
I would. Yeah, don't pay that.
So last week we watched Silence of the Lambs,
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
which you missed. And
Well, I saw the movie
Right.
because I was going to
Yeah.
do the...
yeah.
So what? Here's your platform to talk about Silence of the Lambs. Let's talk a little bit about Silence of
Okay.
the Lambs.
I-
You didn't get to talk with us.
I absolutely love the movie. These series of movies are some that I enjoyed with my mother. My mother, and I know I've talked about this before. My mom loves horror movies. She's a thriller, suspense, horror, and that's what I grew up on. I mean, I saw The Exorcist when I was like 5.
Right.
I mean, like. We were raised on horror, so watching these movies specifically, we would watch together, and so I absolutely love the film. I don't know if I would say it's the best one in the series, but
Oh, I will.
Well, I mean, I like it for different reasons. Yes, it probably is the best one in the series. There are others that I like more for different reasons.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're going just the movies is the best one in the series. The way it's done. I love Jodie Foster. I hate that she was replaced.
She
chose that.
She chose not
She
to.
chose that road.
Because
I get it.
Because we talked about this last week, but
Yeah.
Thomas Harris, he didn't want to write Hannibal, and they just backed a truckload of money up to him. He went, "Okay, I'll write Hannibal," and then he writes it the most disgusting way he can because he's
she
like,
was out.
well, he just because that says a little F you. He was like, "Fine, here's an unfilmable."
Right. We talked about the cult meeting.
Yeah.
And so when we did Manhunter.
Right.
So, but I love the movie. I think it's I can't say enough about. I don't have any negative. I don't have anything negative to say about it. I do have a fun story that my daughter wants to be a forensic entomologist. She wants to be an entomologist, and she does take moths and she mounts them and everything. So for the past year, I've been calling her Buffalo Bill.
That's
Literally.
amazing.
So it's been kind of a funny thing, It's like, where do you hide your lotion, Buffalo Bill?
Does she ever say, "I don't hide it; it's just on the counter"?
She just rolls
It's in
her
the basket on the table.
It's on the
as of the youth of today, she just rolls her eyes at me.
Oh, the
Or
use.
or she'll give me,
use,
or she'll give me like this kind of an evil smile, like
depending on her
she
mood.
might be
Yeah.
Buffalo Bill. You never know with her. She's a Scorpio.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
A lot of serial killers are Scorpios.
Okay.
If you research that, it's a fun fact.
Did not know that.
Did not know that either.
It is.
Is anybody in this
But-
room a Scorpio?
But honestly, it's a fun fact that I knew Steph wouldn't know. I just don't question that one.
It's
I
just
don't question it.
Is there anything else we want to talk about?
I've been watching Hannibal.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
good.
Oh yeah.
the show's great.
How far are
Yeah.
you into it?
I don't remember. 7 episodes.
Okay, so you're still first season.
Yeah, I'm still
Yeah.
in the first season. We went on The Bear season 2 came out.
Sure.
Oh,
We watched
is it
all of
out, The
those.
Bear? I need to get the
It's
second season.
So good.
I'm trying to finish Peaky Blinders. I think I'm on the last episode. So
So
then I'll be
I
done.
highly suggest The Bear. We just
I
got
love
through
the
the
first
last one
season.
yesterday.
Yeah.
It's good. It's really good. So we just kind of sidebarred, but then I'll go back to it.
Yeah.
Cool. I finished Silo. That's the only thing I finished.
I've been rewatching Black Mirror because new season dropped.
My mom has seen that like 4 times. Like she loves Black Mirror. I've never seen it,
I'm too
but
soft-hearted.
she talks about it all the time. Is it soft-hearted?
No, I'm too soft-hearted to watch it. I'm
Is
too
it
much of a
bad?
pussy to watch
Well,
it.
it's the
Oh.
for the most part there are almost zero happy endings depending.
Yeah, I like me. I gotta
Yeah.
have something.
Well, I don't know what Black Mirror's about. I
It's-
just know my
it's-
mother talks
it's-
about it all
It's
the time.
British hardcore Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
That with
That's
a
why she
heavy
likes it.
focus of technology for the first few seasons, but this season has been more like all the seasons are really about humanity and how much humanity sucks, and that technology can elevate that. This
If
season,
it's creepy, that's why my
Yeah.
mom likes it.
This-
I
Yeah,
can tell you right
yeah,
now.
it
creepy
is.
as fuck.
And this season has dropped the
So
technology
I only
aspect.
watched one episode. Finished the complete episode and went, "This show's not for me." The episode I watched, they do a Star Trek episode.
Oh, the Star
and it's
Trek episode.
good. It's a really good Star Trek episode. And but at the end, I'm just like, "Yeah, not for me. Not my thing."
It's like he deserves
felt-
it, but also like that's
does he?
I
mean,
think so.
Well, it's like right after Angelo passed, I was trying to finish up Firefly Lane.
oh yeah.
Not a good idea. It's about a chick who dies from cancer.
No,
Oh yeah. Not,
I was like,
you're just not
not right now.
Yeah, not emotionally there for that.
this was not the show I should be
So
watching.
has anyone watched Yellow Jacket?
No.
It's on my list.
It's on my list, too.
because of who. Because
I don't know
of-
if I've heard about
yeah.
it.
It's Christina Ricci, Juliette Lewis, a couple other people. They survive a plane crash and some creepy stuff happened afterwards.
No.
Like survive a
Oh,
plane
yeah, it's
cra-
about like a team, a sports team or something.
No. I don't know. Maybe they were a sports team.
I
don't know.
think
yeah,
that-
they're a soccer team.
Soccer team, yeah.
Yeah, they were lost in the woods as kids, and now they're adults, and it's a kind of a cross story.
Yeah.
I hear it's good. The second season I heard wasn't strong, but
Yeah.
wasn't as strong as the first.
And
but
and
it's on my list. It's Paramount Plus
Yeah.
now has Showtime.
I was also talking with our guest for next week about another thing I've been watching, which is the Wrexham documentary about.
We have a
Ryan-
guest next week?
Yes.
Yes.
Who do we have next?
Jonah Farmer.
Again? That's awesome.
No, first
We
time.
did them out of
Oh,
order this time.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, superstar.
Jesus Christ.
We don't film these in
Order.
order.
Sometimes.
Now you know. Now you know. The more you
Magic.
know.
Editing.
I was-
Editing can change everything.
I was trying to keep the meta of it, but
Sorry.
She was like, "Oh, who's next week
Actually, I think John is coming back too. Though we talked about her
yeah,
coming
we
back
talked about it. Yeah.
for the meeting?"
for the cult meeting because
Yeah, so she can follow up when she reads the book. It's going to be a
For
book club.
the movie that
You
we're
know,
talking about.
it does. No joke. It does kind of throw me off when we record 2 in a row. Not. I mean, this is best
this is all
for
we do.
schedules.
Yeah.
But like, I have I lose track of what's
Reality?
coming out when.
Mhm.
So like, technically in real life, next weekend we're going to be at a con.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
So we're not recording, but we'll be doing a thing.
Do
Yeah.
we? Since this episode comes out this week, do we actually want to say where we're going to be, or?
Gonna edit this part out.
Okay. All right.
I'll tell you why afterwards.
It's okay.
Okay.
Because we got to pick the movie. B, there may be a hiccup.
Okay.
I just something I thought about.
No,
Okay.
good.
No. Yeah.
Never mind.
Anyway, so speaking of the movie next week, it's based on a book because we've been talking.
Weird.
What's the Oh yeah.
Welcome back,
Start over.
Stephanie.
How much drinking have you done?
Not a lot. So here's the
Maybe
thing.
you need more.
I have been so busy this week with my actual work. I have been planning this big thing at work, Member Appreciation Week, that has a lot of moving parts. Plus, Friday night we did the thing.
Yep.
Yesterday, my organization had a fundraiser, which I had to work because it was my float that put it on. So stressing over that, and it's like I could not seem to get my timeline straight for anything that needs to be done.
You're just
Like-
busy, but in a good way.
It's busy in a good way. And then I've got my mom texting me while we're doing this. Can you pick me up tomorrow so we can have lunch with your cousin who's coming in through town at blah 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 time from Colorado? And it's a thing. So you're just gonna have to excuse me. Also, I'm old.
It's all right,
What?
Grandma.
No, you're not old.
Speaking of grandmas, Segway, king of segways.
Oh,
See, I went one way, you went the
that
other.
was bitter.
I love it.
That was a bitter segue. Let's go.
There you go.
Next week,
Dementia setting in.
the next week's film is Flowers in the Attic, 1987, with Louise Fletcher.
I love her.
Alabama native, Kai Wynn herself.
I love her because she's so evil.
Man, she's great in that. It's an odd film. I will go with
Yeah.
that.
Has she ever played in anything where she's not evil?
Yeah, she was in Firestar. She was a good mom in that. She helps.
That's right. She was.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
remember that.
her
She's
and
very sweet.
Art Carney is in
Yep, I remember that.
It was such a weird film. We left it on a ...
that. We did.
Yeah,
It was.
You'll have to watch next week.
We're gonna have to cover it in another episode. So it'll go over into the next cult meeting.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks from now. So
Nice.
2 episodes for our audience to have to watch.
right. So
Have to or get
Also
to.
for Stephanie
You're
to have to
welcome.
understand, apparently.
so next week is Flowers in the Attic, 1987.
Enjoy.
Be sure to watch that one and not wake me up at 8 o'clock. Caleb didn't wake me up, but when I woke up, I looked at the 8:30. He said it at 7. Going, which one? I'm like, he's done watched the wrong one, didn't he? But in fact, he watched both of them because that's the kind of producer he is.
Well done.
And I watched the right one first.
He did watch the right one
Because
first.
I
Nice.
went release order.
So
Because I was like, more than likely it's the old one.
yeah,
Because that's what we do.
we typically
Yeah.
don't do Lifetime movies on here.
Yeah.
So
Thank God.
I think we've only done. Actually, we need to go back and do the part 2 of the only TV movie we've done.
What is that?
I
Can you enlighten us?
You looked at me.
No,
Yeah.
no.
It's not Toy Story.
Both
That
of
one
us
was
had
not
a blank
TV
look on our
movie.
face.
So it predates Caleb. It's actually in our first season.
Okay, that helps.
I-
Thank you for saying it
I
like
think
I
it
know
was
now.
one of. I think we did it in here. I think it was one of the first ones we did in here.
Okay.
Maybe
A made for
Okay.
TV movie?
made for TV. The only made for TV movie we've done. It's a horror film.
There was a made-for-TV horror film
And it has a
that
sequel?
we did.
No, but it was.
Was
in
it
two-
it?
Yeah, it was. It was in
I
two
got
parts.
it. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We only did the first part of it, and we promised to get to the second part, and we've never done this.
Oh,
Lord.
interesting.
Because we did just the part where they were kids, and we were like, "We'll come back and do it later," and never did.
I forgot about
Because
that.
we did it
We did because the movie came
Right,
out.
right. No, I
and
just
that,
forgot.
but when it 2 came out, we didn't do the other part.
I'll be damned. You're right.
I think I'm going to save it for our Patreon when
Yeah,
I
that'll
eventually
be-
start
yeah.
our Patreon.
I feel like we should also do after next week's episode. It made me think that we should do a rewatch of certain movies just for Justina for the
I
ones
think
that
you
she
should
doesn't
make
remember.
Justina see Prince of Darkness.
I think y'all can just.
See,
eat
I
that.
wanna
Hey,
do-
if I was forced through it, you
I had
need
to
be
watch
forced-
pieces of it at that table.
It's a good movie. I don't know why y'all hate it.
It's fun cheesy. I watched half of it.
Yeah, it's fun.
I watched
He
half.
didn't even watch the whole
Well,
movie.
Because I was watching it in here because I'm always watching it.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, you haven't watched."
I like it.
Yeah, you were like, "Oh, you haven't watched."
I
it.
wear T-shirts of it often.
Yeah.
I bought you some.
You got. In fact, I think the last episode I was wearing the Susan
with
radiation.
the radiologist with the glasses.
So
Yeah.
I was wearing that one. I do want to do for our. I will eventually get to our Patreon. The reason why I haven't done our Patreon, to be absolutely honest, is like it's hard enough to get us scheduled every 2 weeks to record, and that's just extra recording stuff, and we just got to figure out how we want to do it because there's extra stuff we want to
Yeah,
put on there.
'cause
I can totally do it. I mean,
But
like,
it's just something we'll have discussed
Yeah.
off air. But that's the main reason why we haven't done it. Is just 'cause
I really.
there's content we have to create for it. We just hadn't had time to create it. However, there's things I would like to do. I would love to do commentaries for films that we've done. I'd like to do Cats because we had a good time with that episode.
The first or the second Cats? Like the original or the newer Cats?
The only
The
one
Taylor Swift
God,
one?
Yeah,
please don't.
Okay,
make
well,
me
I'm
watch
going to
that
have to
again.
figure out what kind of Depends I'm going to wear because I won't make it through the movie.
Bringing it back.
I would rather eat cat food
Oh, child, you'll
than
do.
watch that movie.
I get you one of those that
Ch-
come in a tube and I can just
Child,
swirl
you'll be
the
fine
paste.
because you'll do what you did. You'll do what you did last time. You'll just bring wine.
Yeah.
That's it.
She brought wine in a purse the
I
last
will
time.
say,
I
whoever
did.
whoever
I
thought
did.
Idris Elba's cat should have the fur color that
I just want to talk about it. I just want to talk about the whole thing.
God,
No,
that
I
movie
also
was a
want to do
train
Prince of
wreck.
Darkness, and I want to do. So we have done a lot of episodes that didn't get recorded, like when we do live shows and stuff.
Mhm.
Some just didn't get recorded because of technology and whatever. So I want to go back and redo a bunch of those.
and then also our Star Wars Harry Potter.
Oh no, that's our next season.
I want to do that so bad.
So next season, we'll tell you now. Our next season is going to be Star Wars Harry Potter. So we're going to do we're going to do 1 week Star Wars, 1 week Harry Potter, or vice versa.
Yeah.
The
And there
cool-
won't be no meetings.
there will be no meetings. We'll probably do a little short meeting before anything. If
Right.
there's anything we want to add or tell people
Yeah.
about, but there'll be no meetings.
I
that
think
season.
that'd be great.
However, we have to. Well, and we'll have this discussion now, since we're on air. Star Wars, we're going to do in episode order,
Okay, so we're doing chronological.
chronological. So from episode 1
Are
all the way through
are
to
we
episode 9.
cutting out a Star Wars Stories films?
No.
Okay, so we're getting Solo
the
and
rule.
Rogue One
The rule is
mainline film.
if it had a theatrical release, it gets in. So that
So I
does
have a-
include Clone Wars.
okay,
We did
that
watch
was,
that.
that was
We
gonna
did-
be my question.
Now
Okay.
we did watch that.
Because of Warner Brothers.
So then we get all the Fantastic Beasts. Then
That's what
as
he was
well.
going to ask.
Yeah,
So my
I think that's
question
where
is-
he was going.
You're the expert.
Well, we both are, but yes.
That's because
Yes.
that comes
That's
down to you.
That
Yes.
comes. You're
Well.
you're the Harry Potter expert.
Pressure.
You know some of it.
No, I know all
Oh.
Harry Potter. Like
Sounds
I'm
like-
a Harry Potter nerd.
Yeah,
Like hardcore.
Go girl.
and in the case of
I mean,
So
I would,
you two can have
I
this
would
discussion.
argue that we would need to do ours in order as well.
okay,
Yes, but
so
that would start with the Fantastic
Yeah.
Beasts then
Correct.
chronologically.
So
That's
So-
okay. We get through the
'Cause
bad-
here's the thing.
We get through
I-
the bad two films.
I've only
quickly.
seen a handful of Harry Potter films, mainly when we were watching them. I've never seen a Fantastic Beast.
because I like the first Fantastic Beast. That's why I said the bad two because I don't like the second or
I
third
don't-
The
one.
second one only because there was that Johnny Depp drama.
I don't.
You mean the third one?
Oh, there was the third one,
I-
the Johnny
I
Depp
don't-
drama.
I don't.
I like the second one.
I don't know what those are about. I know the Danish girls. The main
They're
dude.
important to they are important to what goes on in the original.
If
Harry
you're
Potter
going to
movies.
do yours in the order that you're doing yours,
We
then
have to
we
do
have
ours.
to do ours in that
Okay.
order too.
the same
Okay.
order, so the Fantastic
we
Beasts
just
come
do.
chronologically.
I just think for Star Wars, the story
It makes-
the story
it
makes
evolves.
sense.
Now,
It
I've
evolves and it
never
makes sense.
watched them in that order, so
Me
it'll be,
either. So this will be new.
So-
This will be new for us too.
Okay, this will be
We
fun.
but until then we got 3 more movies
Yeah.
to get to.
I'm excited
That's
though because
including-
I
No,
love both Star
4 more
Wars
movies,
and Harry
Kelly.
Potter.
That was like
Yeah.
when we were talking about it.
this
last
is
week.
this is the
So,
best
yeah.
of both worlds
So
for me.
September
It's
is
not
the
for
thing is
me.
when we'll start
Okay.
it, and so that's what we'll go through and do.
So we're going to be doing this through November too. Then.
Yeah, we'll
that'll
do
be
it.
awesome.
We'll do it through November.
That'll be
Fun.
So it'll be a Star Wars Harry Potter Movember.
good. Mustache.
Hey, that works out, especially if we get like a
Chewbacca's Harry.
especially because you get a Harry Potter film in December, and Harry Potter loves their Christmassy December.
And Star Wars
vibes.
does. Star Wars, yeah. Star Wars has its Christmas releases too.
Oh
Yeah.
God, in the theater.
But I mean, but like, there's thematic elements in Harry Potter that
Yeah,
are
they're-
like
they're-
December-y.
Well, the British like Christmas.
Yeah. Well,
That's
Boxing Day.
because it's amazing.
Boxing Day. 'Cause
I'm-
They don't have a Boxing Day dance. They have a Christmas dance, right?
It's a
The Yule Ball.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
the
Yule
Yule
Ball.
Ball.
It's a
I was like,
Christmas-
we'll get to it, Scott.
At least I know things.
It's not
They don't have a
Christmas.
Christmas dance or a
Because
Boxing Day
Christmas
dance.
is Christian, and they wouldn't do that. It's a Yule Ball.
There's not any
'cause
Christian
Yule-
wizards.
No,
No.
they're
She
magic.
literally wouldn't cast anybody that wasn't British. She only casts the
the
British.
Brits.
So there's a difference between Yule and Christmas,
I
and
know.
it actually takes place at different times.
I'm familiar. I just was,
Okay.
you know,
This is gonna be good.
It
this
is.
the British
Well,
love their
I'm gonna be
Christmas.
We'll get to
sick
this-
every
we'll just-
time we do a Star Wars.
No,
Okay.
you're not.
I've told the story a
Sick.
while ago, but it's this cat. They don't remember. The thing that we can't do.
Is be sick every time Star Wars happens.
No, can't do that because we'll
It's
be
against the law.
It's against the rules.
I'll be like sick halfway through the episode. No, I don't feel good
What
anymore.
can we
Gotta go.
do?
Sorry.
No. The thing that I'm going to miss about this project is that the original time when we did it, we both did a thing where the other person would describe what they think the movie was going to be. Because I had not seen the Harry Potters at the time.
That's
Right.
how we started that.
That's how we started that.
And we watched it together.
But I want to talk about my favorite one.
Okay.
And the favorite one is when the episode before we saw Prisoners of Azkaban. And Justina we're in her kitchen and kids are all gone to bed. We've been talking late. And we get to this part where we're like, hey, so Scotty, what do you think the Prisoner of Azkaban is? And then I start reciting the entire
I hate you
plot
for this.
of the Shawshank Redemption
Oh my God,
with
that's
Harry,
fantastic.
with Harry Potter people. Because I know,
He
That
knew
does-
enough of the Harry Potter people.
right, well, we were like
Yeah.
2 movies in, 3 movies in
Yeah,
by
yeah,
then.
yeah.
Two
I-
movies.
I
That's the third.
but I had known that Justina
Has never seen
had never
Shawshank.
seen the Shawshank Redemption,
I
and
went,
she was riveted by the story.
I was like,
You could
that
just-
was a really
This
good
is a
guess.
great
She's
story.
like,
You
you
just
wrote
told
a
a
good
really
story.
good story.
It's wrong, but it's a really, really good story.
So in
It's
this
not correct.
in this
but you did
situation,
well.
who did you make the Morgan Freeman of this?
That would be
I don't
Dumbledore.
remember, but
was that Dumbledore's?
Because
Morgan
I don't
Freeman?
remember. I've never seen the
I
movie.
can't remember how I said. I think because I remember I started with Harry and Ron.
Okay.
But
Oh, yeah.
he did it with all the characters, and I was just listening. I was like, that was a really detailed, incorrect guess that you just gave me.
It's my favorite
I'm
thing I've
really
ever done to
proud of
Justina.
you. And he was
I've done
like,
some really fun
and
things to
you've
Justina. But that's
never seen the Shawshank Redemption. And I was like, motherfucker. I haven't. I still to this day
It's
have
an
not seen
amazing
that.
movie.
yeah.
you know what? We may do it.
I will watch
We'll
that
do it
one
at some
over and
point.
over again.
It may be our last movie of the season.
I'm just a little shocked you guys don't do that shit to me more often.
We do every now and then. But to be honest, and since everyone's now seeing behind the curtain, it's harder when we record 2 episodes at once. And so we typically do the cult meeting before we do the episode. So you've already seen the movie by the time we've done the cult.
Which
Yeah.
is what messed me up today
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we did
The movie
episode
episode
first and the
first.
cult
Just
meeting.
to make
and
sure
I
our
was,
guests had
I-
time.
I was all backwards today.
But, so that's why we stopped doing it. So if we were to a point where
Why don't we just start doing it at the end of the movie one instead of the cult movie?
Hold on, does that mean we'll be like watching 2 movies a week?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then-
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and so
Because it'll be every 2 weeks still, but it'll
I mean-
be
So
Yeah.
basically
both of
you
our-
already-
Okay, I was
both
just
of
one
them.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
One Harry Potter.
I already know I don't have to watch a Star Wars film.
No,
I've
you have
got
to
them.
rewatch them.
I've
I
got
mean,
them. They're
I
all
don't
up
care.
here. They're all
Do
up
it,
here.
producer.
Dude, they've been all over here longer than you've been alive, and I'm going to watch them all.
Let's
so.
put it this way: I have watched all of them on both sides multiple times, and I'm still going to rewatch.
We
them.
are-
Let me just
I'll
put it
probably
this way.
rewatch them just
I've
for
seen none of
enjoyment,
the
but-
Star Wars except for what's been forced of me, and I will not rewatch
I mean,
I'll rewatch them for enjoyment.
so let's put it
but-
this way:
outside of that, I'll rewatch
the episodes 1, 2, and 3, I haven't really watched in a while because I didn't care for those.
They-
So
I will
I'll
say
have
they,
to.
I don't like 2, but like 1 and 3 aged a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm saying I'm going to rewatch to see if I have a different
2's
take
still
on
kind
it.
of a mess, but also a surprise. We will have guests throughout this process.
Nice.
We're going to bring in different people for different episodes.
Okay.
However, we're bringing in another co-host for the entire run of the season.
We are.
Yes,
Who?
JD.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
That makes
We haven't,
sense.
we haven't had
Yeah.
JD in a minute, so
Because we don't do our Star Wars
we don't do
show.
our Star Wars podcast anymore, and so I
That'll be
invited him
fun.
last week. So JD will be
How dare you?
a part of all of us. So
So he's like me then.
Yeah, he's
seen-
like you.
Okay, he's
So,
seen everything.
right.
Okay, so we'll be on. JD and I will be on the same wavelength.
absolutely, that's kind of what I wanted. So
Let's do this.
So.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So Flowers in the Attic next week.
Yep.
And
What is his house, JD?
We'll do all of that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he better know.
No, I need to know because I need to know if he needs to sit on that side or on this side.
We'll find out. We still have a few movies
Yeah, we
before
still
we.
got, yeah.
We got a couple movies.
We got 3 more,
September.
not including next week.
Yeah, so we have 4.
We're all
four-
the same house.
We got
the
4
three of
more.
us.
When I think I'm changing the last one to the Shawshank.
Caleb, what
Redemption. I
house
think
are
that's
you
gonna
in?
happen.
Oh, I'm Hufflepuff.
Oh, I knew you were a puff.
Yeah, he's a puff.
Yeah.
You're 100%.
We're all Slytherin.
My husband.
I know,
We're all
that's what we're saying.
Slytherin.
We've already
if
gone
JD
over.
is not a Slytherin,
We've-
he can't sit here.
Yeah, we've
That's
already
right.
we've
That's
already
what
gone
I'm
we've already
saying.
gone
You
over
gotta
that.
sit
My
over
ex.
there.
This
my-
is a
one of my
Slytherin
exes made
common
me.
room right here.
I'm gonna make us a little common room fire.
No, I'm gonna buy some art. Slytherin
I'm gonna
common
make a little
room.
fire.
I'm
This is our
putting-
fire.
I'm putting our green up everywhere. Banners. It's gonna happen.
We need a new tablecloth.
Oh, well, I am gonna get.
We need a
greener.
reversible one, so it's just Star Wars on one side and Slytherin on the other.
That'd be
Scotty,
great.
make it happen.
Why do I have
We
to
can
make it?
flip
It's
it
your
mid
idea.
episode.
Oh, this is gonna be decked out in green.
Yeah. I mean, I would, but I have no money. So
Why are you looking at me?
Native American pop culture.
I'm gonna go.
Scotty.
I'm gonna go on. Was it Temu and order some cheap
Oh my god.
Slytherin shit.
Don't do it.
don't
I
do
order stuff from there all the time, and it's been great.
What is Timu?
Oh no.
it. It's
a
Bobo-
place where I paid $4
it's-
for this tank
it's,
top.
It's the Bobo get stuff cheap.
I paid
That means it's coming
$4
from
for this
China.
tank top. I paid $3 for this phone case.
$7 for my entire outfit. Go girl.
Love me some Temu.
Goodwill. Let's go.
Love me some Temu.
Is it like a Goodwill? What is it? I
This
don't.
podcast priceless.
There you go. This podcast priceless.
That's right.
It's
That's why we give it away for free. No one could afford it if we charged.
And this is us saying something about
What
the
are we
multiverse.
saying?
Come on.
Go out and make yours.
No.
This is our contribution to the multiverse.
Thank
Go
you.
out and make
There
yours.
you
I
go.
have said it every episode for
And
4
scene.
years.
10 years.
Cut here. Edit. End. Credits.
You're a mess.